Hi, I'm Amy Lindsay, your Jamberry girl, and I wanted to talk to you today about how to put your wraps on your nails. So I chose a manicure. This is Glimmering Ariel. It's a mixed mani, really pretty. A mixed mani meaning there are two different designs on the sheet. There's mermaids and seashells, and I'm going to choose to pair it with Jaded, which is soon to retire. So I think they look really cute together, and this is going to be my mixed manicure. Mixed manicures are just a cute way to spice up your nails and make them a little more individualized. So I already did most of my nails. I left this one for you guys, and I'm going to show you how I get good application on my nails. Now, keep in mind, I've already done nail prep. So I've washed my nails, pushed back my cuticles, I buffed them, I did an alcohol swab, I did all the nail prep. So now we're on the application step. So the first thing you want to do when you apply your wraps is to make sure you have the right size. Now, you want to err on the size of big instead of small, or small instead of big. Because if they're too big and they touch your skin, then that's what's going to make them not stick. You want to have a little tiny slipper of nail. Here, you can kind of see on this one. See how you can see the little piece of my nail here? That's what you want. You don't want it overlapping. Here's another one that's a really good one. Can you see? Since this is a nice dark wrap, how there's a little sliver of nail there. No one sees that but me, because it's really quite small. When you look at nails, you don't really see them. However, that keeps it from touching my skin. So there's no oils getting on my wrap, and that means it'll stay longer. If you get oils on your wrap, they're pretty much gonna pick off pretty quick because it doesn't interact well with the adhesive. So, err on the side of small. So here's my wraps. It has a nice clear backing. So what I'm gonna do is match my nail up to the different sizes and find one that fits. So I'm just holding this on top of my nail, and I'm gonna curve it around, and I'm gonna see, okay, can I see my nail on both sides? Nope, that one's hitting my skin. Way too big. So I'm gonna go down the next size, okay? Can you see the little sliver of my nail peeking through that window? That's a good fit. I can see a little piece of nail there, and that means it's not too big, it's a little on the small side, and that's perfect. So these are nice big ovals. One wrap should cover two nails, one on the left-hand side and one on the right-hand side. So you take your scissors, just regular fingernail scissors, and I slip it right here. Zoom in so they can see for me. And see how I slip it right underneath there and cut. So one for the left-hand side, one for the right-hand side. Now I'm being very careful not to touch this wrap with my fingers because that would get oils on the back again, and I don't want to do that. So I like to use an orange wood stick. There we go. Right in the middle there on my orange wood stick. I like it in the middle because I find if I put my orange wood stick on the end and I heat it and it curls, then I can't really get a hold of it to put on my nail. So I like it like this, okay? So we're gonna heat it up using my Jamberry mini heater. You can use any source of heat you want. You can use a blow dryer. You could use anything that kicks out heat, a space heater, but I'm gonna use my mini heater for right now. Nice and quiet. The kids are napping. No one's waking up. And this is just a couple of seconds. I only want to heat it until it gets soft and flexible. Then it's ready to go. So here we go. You might want to see how it'll get soft and flexible. Right now it's stiff, you can see. Couple seconds on this side, couple seconds on this side. See, it's starting to get a little bendy right there at the end. Perfect. Now I'm going to touch the very tip. This will be nowhere near my nail. Only this part will. So don't worry, no oils. So what I'm going to do then is aim for the bottom middle of my nail. And if you notice, I'm not pressing. I laid that really light because I'm going to look here and see, do I have a sliver of nail? If not, I can whisk it up and replace it. Same on this side. Now check that side. That's a little close. See how right here I'm really close to my skin? Good thing I didn't press it down. I can whisk it back up, give it a quick shot of heat, and I can give it a second go. And that's why you don't want to push it down right away, because you want to give yourself a little check. Boy, girls, I'm getting bad placement here. Let me try this one more time. It's only when you try to do this in a video that you get bad placement, isn't it? Okay, there we go. That'll work. So if you look on this side, I've got a little slipper of nail about to show. If you check over here on this side, I have a tiny slipper of nail about to show. Okay? So that's perfect. Now that I'm ready though, I need to make sure I reheat it so I can seal it down. Remember, these wraps They're heat and pressure activated. So by heating it, I'm reactivating the adhesive. See that wrap getting nice and floppy again as I put it under the heater? I just reactivated that adhesive. Now I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this side. Lots of pressure. You can probably see my thumb turning a little white. I push quite hard. Whether you really need to press that hard, maybe not. But I figure it doesn't hurt to try. And I'm just using my finger to really get pushing down from base to tip, because if you go the other way, you might get some wrinkles in there. And I don't like this sticking off, it bugs me. So I take my scissors and I like to chop that tip off and stick it like on a paper towel or a piece of napkin. If you're left-handed and this won't work with your scissors, you can use your fingernail trimmers or your toenail trimmers. You can just go like this around the edges and trim it a little bit. Now, I didn't go all the way to my nail. I just got close. And then I'm gonna give it one more blast of heat here. And I'm gonna give one more real good push. And now I'm gonna use my Plum Cuticle Pusher. This comes in our application kit. And the reason I'm using this is to get right in here. See, right against where my cuticles are. I'm really pushing and sealing. Right in there. And this is gonna help seal the parts that would probably lift first, right around the edges. And there we go, it's on. So the only step left to do, and I'm gonna have to wait a few seconds to do it for you because I just heated this, is you have to let it cool down and then you file it off. Now when I'm doing this in real life, not for the camera, I would do one on each finger, just the way I showed you now till it's at this very step. I would do all 10 fingers. If you do all 10 fingers, by the time you're done with finger number 10, this guy's cool and it's all ready to go. But since I already did these 9, I have to give it a couple seconds. So let's talk about files while we're waiting. So at the end, when your nail wrap is applied, then you want to file off the extra, okay? So you can use a regular nail file. This is great. This comes in our Jamberry application kit. The grit is a little more coarse, and this is Jamberry's glass nail file. This is my personal favorite. The grit is a little more fine. Now, it depends on you. You might prefer this one. This one is gonna work a little faster. The nail wrap will peel off right away. But you might find the ends of your nail are a little bit on the rough side, might catch in your hair just a little bit. This one will take a little more filing to get it to come off because the grit is finer. But you get a smoother finish on the end of your nails that's a little more refined and smooth like glass, so you won't find it catching. You'll find it's really smooth. So time to spare and smoother finish, more in a hurry and want it to come right off. You could use a little bit of both. You could get this to make it come off and then you could go over top of it to make it a little more fine. Totally up to you. So I'm gonna use this one to make it come off quick because we're doing a video and I don't wanna take too much time. So when you do the nail file, you go down, down, down. Don't go up. If you go up, you're gonna lift your nail wrap. So you're just gonna go down, down, down. And I'm just going in a straight, like this, 90-degree angle, okay? Now, if you notice at the end here, and I'll turn my finger so you can see it after it starts to crumble a little bit. There it goes. Look what's starting to happen to the end here. Can you see how the end is crumbling right off my finger? That's what happens. The ends just come right off. See that? I can almost rub it off at this point. There it is. There's my excess nail wrap. Now what's cool about filing your ends off this way is that it will be a perfect fit to your nail. There we go. Check the end of my nail. See how right here at the end there's nothing hanging off? It's a perfect fit. Fits the shape of my nail perfectly. Beautiful. Now, I don't prefer this in general. It'll make my nails too rough. So I'm gonna use a glass nail file over top just to make the edge a little more smooth. I like to do the combination. Best of both worlds. And if you did just the glass nail file, it will take a little bit longer to crumble, but it will get a smoother finish. So I'm getting that smooth finish right now. Down, down, down. And when you're finished, you get a little bit of nail dust. A little bit of nail dust. Okay, there they are. Isn't that beautiful? Glimmering Ariel and Jaded. I love them. Jaded is being retired, which is really sad. But they look so good together. So this Glimmering Ariel is part of the Disney by Jamberry collection. So really beautiful. What I like about these ones is I feel like you could dress up with flip-flops and a t-shirt because it's beachy, but because it has that metallic and the shimmer in it, I feel like you could wear it with a little black dress and some fancy aqua or teal jewelry or some gold. So, alrighty.